You made people second guess confronting you. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you made people second guess confronting you. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you better think twice. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you better think twice. See, this title was pretty much self-explanatory. When people think twice about confronting you, this means that they are fully aware of your intelligence. They are fully aware of your sternness. They are fully aware that you are a firm person, and they are fully aware that you don't play no games, all right? See, you got mama and you got daddy. Okay, a lot of people may try mama. A lot of people may try to play with mama. A lot of people may try to pull the things on mama because women are known to have more of an empathetic tissue or bone in their body. All right, you know why a lot of people don't play with daddy? All right, pause on that, but you get what I'm saying. A lot of people don't play with dad because they know he's more firm. They know that he's more stern. And they know that he's going to stand on business when it's time to stand on business. And that's the same thing with this right here, y'all. People second guess, confronting you because they don't know what that comes with. They don't know the results or the consequences of that. And they know they have to be extremely careful to pull something like that on a person like yourself. Does that make sense, y'all? You may sense this on your job. You may sense this with family members. You may feel this with random people that you meet. You can tell that people think twice or second guess before they approach you or confront you on whether it's BS, whether it's a disrespectful tip or something that actually needs to be addressed. You follow what I'm saying? And that's honestly the persona you want to have, right? I've had a lot of people to say, man, Reno, you very serious. Now, outside of these videos, y'all, I'm actually a serious person, but I'm also a person who have a sense of humor. I'm also a person that you can sit down and actually have a conversation with. However, I also have that serious element to myself as well. And depending on who you are and how you are showing up to my table depends and determines on what you're going to get from me. So I'm not saying you got to be some mean gremlin or somebody with this tough or overly masculine frame. But what I am saying is it's okay to be looked at as a person who's serious, a person who can't be played with, and a person who is firm and stern. I'd rather have that over being looked at like I'm Kevin Hart or somebody. And this ain't no diss towards Kevin Hart, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're looked at as a person who can be played games with, you can expect everybody around you to try to play games with you, all right? But anyway, y'all, we going to go ahead and get directly into this video. As y'all can see, second video of today on the Reno Speaks Life channel. Y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get right into this, y'all. Number one. First reason why people second guess confronting you is exactly what it is. You are intimidating. All right. You are intimidating. Now, you got two forms of intimidating people. You got the ones who are trying to be intimidating, and you have the ones who are not trying to be intimidating. You follow what I'm saying? Whether this comes from their knowledge, their looks, all right, natural aesthetics, their ways, or their presence, all right? But let's just assume we're talking about knowledge. If you are a person who is extremely knowledgeable, if you are a person who have a bunch of information, if you are a person who's known to debate people, or you're going to give people a run for their money when it comes to any argument or debate, most times people they're going to want to sit back and, determine or maybe even second guess whether they want to confront you or not. All right. People going to get very creative when it comes to confronting you. You know what? I don't want to confront them in front of these people. I don't think this going to be a good time to do it at this particular time. You know what? I don't think I'm going to do it this way. They have to analyze, rationalize, and determine the way they want to come at you. You follow what I'm saying? Somebody drop in the comments and say, be careful with how you handle me. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, be careful with how you handle me. Now, this does not mean that you are problematic. This does not mean that you are an issue. This does not mean that you have a ego issue or a problem. It's not that, y'all. Once again, you can't help what you carry, all right? But you can help how you present yourself. But you don't have to present yourself as the friendliest person in the world to show people or prove to people that you are, not intimidating or the person who can be approachable. You follow what I'm saying? That's on them, their confidence and how they perceive you. It is what it is. But my point is that when you are intimidating, a lot of people are going to second guess how they decide to confront you. You follow what I'm saying? Whether they want to, get your phone number, whether they want to tell you about something, or whether they felt that it was something they think you've done wrong or how you wronged them. Whatever it is, y'all, people want to confront you for different reasons. But the point is that people do second guess confronting you, and number one reason is because you are intimidating. Whatever it is that comes with you. Does that make sense, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number two, they are uncomfortable with approaching strength. All right? They are uncomfortable with approaching strength. I spoke about this in one of my other videos, but I'm going to say it in this video as well. A lot of times, y'all, men, and I'm speaking to the ladies, but men seek out the woman who's the most vulnerable. All right? A lot of times men seek out the woman who's the most vulnerable. So he's looking at what she's lacking. He's looking at what her insecurities are. He's looking to see if she has loved ones or family. He's looking to see who she's close to. All right? Do she have friends? Is she sociable? He's seeking out all these different things. You know why? Because I'm not saying all men, but a lot of men are uncomfortable with approaching strength. Now, I'm not giving ladies a pass to be masculine out here, all right? But I will say this. The safer the woman, all right, the softer the woman, right? The safer the woman, the softer the woman. This ain't the case for all women, but the safer the woman, the softer the woman, for a lot of women who have a good understanding on femininity and being the softer one in the relationship. However, y'all, my point is not about men or women. I'm using this as an example. When people are uncomfortable with approaching strength, they may avoid you. When people are uncomfortable with approaching a person who have a mind of their own, they may avoid you. When people are uncomfortable with approaching a person who's a little stern, all right, or who has a barrier, I'm not saying all these additional and extra barriers, but just have that, hey, what you want, what your intentions are. How you trying to benefit off of me? A person who's not a dummy, once again, they will be uncomfortable with that. All right. Whether it comes to record deals, contracts, okay, jobs, whatever it is, people are uncomfortable with approaching strength. Point blank, period. Number three, y'all, is going to be this right here, fam. The anticipation of a loss. The anticipation of a loss. Family, I've had friendships, all right, and in particular one friendship where I did not want to lose that friendship. I will be honest, y'all. That was my guy. That was my dude. But respect is bigger than the friendship. And when respect is not there on either side, all right, now you're going to anticipate a loss if you have certain conversations. In order to have certain conversations, you have to have a certain level of respect. You follow what I'm saying? The only way a counselor or therapist can successfully speak into somebody's marriage, relationship, or life is if they respect that particular therapist or counselor. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to a person who don't respect something about another person or respect something that another person said, either way it go, if there's no respect present, then you can anticipate a loss. All right? And some people second guess confronting you because they anticipate, losing you or losing the friendship. So, for example, a marriage or a friendship, like I was just speaking about, if y'all have a conversation about, I don't know, let's just say family members, right? Or it can be money, but we'll stick with family members, right? If y'all have a conversation about family members, if you say something about their family or something about family in general that they dislike, that just may be a triggering situation. They may start looking at the situation like you are attacking them. They may start looking at the situation like you are, or like they need to be defensive against you. And that just may be the very reason why there's an anticipation of a loss. Okay? The anticipation of a loss. Family, you make people scared to or second guess confronting you because they anticipate the loss. The friendship had no respect in it. The marriage had no respect in it, or not enough respect in it to have basic or common conversations. And once those conversations took place, you already anticipated or knew it was going to be a loss. And that's how that situation happens. Sometimes people say, you know what? If I'm going to lose this marriage, if I'm going to lose this friendship, I'm not even going to have this conversation. But what happens is that things begin to build up. They build up. They build up and they build up. And so what you was possibly going to lose, or whatever it was that y'all had that you was going to lose at that particular time, you end up losing it at a later date. All right. So long story short, y'all, they are anticipating a loss, whether that's you, whether that's time, energy, whatever it is. But that's another reason why people are second guessing, confronting you, because of the intention of a loss. All right. Which shows how valuable you are as well. But number 4, you are extremely direct. You are extremely direct. Family, this is the notion of blunt people. If you're blunt, drop in the comments, let me know. Like, if you will tell a person that they breath stink, hey, drop in the comments, let me know. I'm not saying that you are a rude individual, but blunt people don't sugarcoat ish. All right? Blunt people don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell you if your content not nice. I'm going to tell you if your music is not nice. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know if you can dance or can't dance. And ultimately, it's all my opinion, but I'm not coming from a biased standpoint. So to me, you can't, because art is subjective. So guess what? One thing I learned in school is you can't tell a person that this squiggly line with some little bubbles around it ain't art. Art is art. You can't tell me what art is. All right. That's why some of the trashiest songs can be number 1, because it's still art. And it's somebody who will like or love it. No matter how down, up it is, depressing, or enthusiastic it is, it's still art. This goes right back to the point, y'all. When you are extremely direct, all right, people don't know how to receive that. All right. People can't receive that rejection. People can't receive that wisdom. People can't receive you being blunt and letting them know when they're wrong or when they're right, or even just voicing your opinion. A lot of people are used to having yes men. All right. Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm not a yes man. And that's something that I pride myself on, not by having pride, but by believing within dignity that if you're going to be an effective partner or friend or whoever, you're going to do a disservice to other individuals, right? By not being that blunt person that you are. When you are direct, people are going to come to you because they know what to expect. The real ones and those who want to live in a fake fairy tale land, they're going to avoid you because they don't want the bluntness. They don't want real. And real is all who you are. All right. Number 5 is going to be this right here, fam. They can't figure out your aura, all right? They cannot figure out your aura. I'm going to just call it what it is, y'all. You don't smile for no reason. You're not laughing in everybody's face and everybody jokes, all right? You're not nice to every single body. You are a good person to everybody, but you're not just overly nice, looking for approval and validation, all these different things. That's why people don't know how to take you. They cannot figure out your aura. They don't know your angle. They don't know what it is, about you, or what is it about you that makes you move the way you move. That's why they second guess confronting you. Think about the person who always, hee hee ha ha, you so funny, Charles. All right. Male or female, the person who always laughing, always smiling. And there's nothing wrong with smiling, by the way. All right. But what I'm saying is when you begin to utilize that as a mechanism, utilize that for acceptance, utilize that for people to like you, it's shown. People can feel it, they can sense it, and they try to manipulate it. This person always smiling. I'm going to tell them this today. This person always laughing at my jokes. I'm going to say this today. All right? Half of the time, the people you're trying to please and improve or get approval for don't even like you. All right? So with that being said, y'all, the fact that they can't figure out your aura is why they are second guessing confronting you. They don't know how to take you. They don't know how you're going to respond. All right? On my jobs, y'all, when I was younger, I used to laugh at the bosses, jokes and stuff like that because, you don't want to get fired or you don't want to just go through persecution, right? When I was younger. When I started getting up in my early 20s, later on down the line, I stopped laughing at their jokes. Like, if it wasn't funny, bro, it just ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not funny, it just ain't funny. All right, man, that's what's up. What time I can go to lunch? All right, bet. Well, I see you, man. Yes, sir. I was still respectful, but I'm not finna laugh at your jokes, sir, if it's not funny. I don't care if you're my boss or not, right? That's like tormentation, tormenting myself. I gotta laugh at your jokes, and that's a part of the reason why I like working for myself. But besides the point, y'all, all right, the point is that a lot of people couldn't figure out my aura, okay? I mean, I see him smiling sometimes, but sometimes he's not. He don't laugh at our jokes and stuff like that. He's not overly nice. He can't be, pushed over or used. I know. I know. Because I'm not about to open up that door so you think that you can confront me anytime you want to, all right? But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get to this recap, and then we'll get up out of here. Number one, you are intimidating. Number two, they're uncomfortable with approaching strength. Number three, the anticipation of a loss. Number four is going to be you are extremely direct. And number five, y'all, they can't figure out your aura, okay? With that being said, fam, get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.